I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. We're back with another 2v2 with myself and Black Iron. Once again, going to be taking double Empire this time. We're facing up against double Dark Elves. So let's go ahead and take a look at the army compositions. So we've gone with a more synergistic strategy, which I think is the best way to go in 2v2s. So Black Iron's got a very strong infantry corps with artillery and skirmishers, and I've gone all calves. So we've got three outriders over on this side. You can see the forces of Malekith here, I believe, have two Dark Riders with repeater crossbows here, another here, and a couple of regular Dark Riders with shields. I've also got Balthazar Gelt as my lord. He's carrying just Final Transmutation, of course, looking to get that heavy gooning power. We've also got the Double Witch Hunter for the Accusation stacked on top of Final Transmutation. And the rest of my force is all calves. So we've got Empire Knights here with the Zintler's Reichsguard, 2 units of Pistoliers with the Royal Altdorf-Griffites in a sweeper position. And then, of course, the Outriders over on this side. And I don't remember if I had any Reichsguard or anything else over here. Yep, it looks like a couple of units of Reichsguard over on this side. And that's pretty much it. Black Iron's got 4 swordsmen up front, backed up by 3 great swords and a couple of halberdiers. Looks like 2 units of handgunners with Boris Todbringer as the lord. They do have a warrior priest to help support the infantry battle here. Let's go ahead and take a look. He has, looks like the Flaming Banner, Banner of Eternal Flame, Hammer of Sigmar, Soulfire, and Shield of Faith. He's also got a Grey Wizard here who's going to be carrying, let's see, nice kit here, Melkos, Enfeebling Foe, Withering, Occam's Mindrazor, and Pit of Shades. So, definitely going to be a lot of fun. We already looked at a bit of Malekith's build here. Let's see what else. Malekith also has a Bolt Thrower. Looks like some Blackheart Corsairs here. 5 units of Blackheart Corsairs. We've also got Blackheart of Nagarond and a unit of Cold One Knights with, of course, Malekith himself coming on a Cold One. Gonna definitely crack one open here. Marathi's forces have 2 Cold One Knights with a front line of Bleak Swords. 4 Dark Shards with shields, with another Dark Shard with shields. Malekith kind of mixed in here. Another Blackheart Corsair as well, and another Reaper Bolt Thrower. We've also got another Corsair out on the flank. And yeah, looks like that's pretty much everything. The War Hydra, of course. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, let's go ahead and kick things into full gear. We're first going to get a bit of a mobile engagement as my Reichsguard kind of countercharge into these Dark Riders who had caught some of my Outriders. So we're going to get these guys charging forward and kind of push these Dark Riders back. I'm going to have to be careful. There's quite a few Dark Riders with crossbows here. But again, the Reichsguard do have that missile block chance. So they are going to be able to deflect some of those missiles. And looks like Boris himself is going to be coming to help out. Of course, he has a missile block chance also and regeneration. So hopefully we should be able to catch some of these guys. You can see cannon fire also coming in, taking out quite a few of those repeater crossbows. And man, I forget how effective cannons are. If you get a side shot on a unit of cavalry, just go through the entire unit model. That's one of the other downsides as well of the Bretonnians' lance formation, is if you get hit front on the lance formation by a cannon, it does a lot of damage. You can see we're also getting a pitched engagement over out on this side. I was kind of annoying the Hydra with my Pistoliers. Now we're going to just kind of pull these Cold One Knights a bit out of position here, try and get them isolated. The Witch Hunter is firing in here. Ooh, Boris taking some nasty fire there. He's definitely going to want to pull back. Just kind of jockeying for position back and forth here. You can see I've got my firing line of Outriders set up. Nice chill wind though. And over here, this Witch Hunter is going to get a little bit surrounded by Cold One Knights, but it's kind of a trap here. You can see I've set up my Pistoliers. Looks like an Enfeebling Foe going to be dropped, or Accusation rather. It does have kind of a Fate of Bune effect. Doesn't do the most damage against multi-unit models, but the Empire Knights and the Reichsguard going to be charging in from the back, doing a ton of damage here. We should be able to finish off these Cold One Knights without too much trouble here. The Hydra has decided to come get involved in this fight, which meanwhile both of our opponent's infantry are just kind of hanging back. And so we're going to take this opportunity to just shatter both these units of Cold One Knights. So that's 2,000 resources right off the field immediately. Then we're going to bring in the Royal Altdorf-Griffites to help deal with this Hydra. Of course, the Hydra doesn't have a ton of armor, so the Pistoliers will actually be very good at dealing with it as well. Of course, they all shoot multiple volleys per model. They shoot 2 volleys per model because they have the 2 black powder pistols. Looking very, very cool. definitely going to be able to help out in this battle. Got a little bit of more of a pitched engagement over on this side. The Empire Halberdiers have come up to support the Reiksguard. We're able to catch those Dark Riders. And again, the nice thing about Outriders is they can fire while moving, so I'm going to just be able to continuously push these guys up as kind of a continuous firing line, and they'll be able to kind of fire away. So we're just going to continuously push them up this side, and meanwhile Reiksguard coming through on the front line here, just kind of getting a munch charge on these Bleak Swords and now pulling back away. Unfortunately, a lot of these Reiksguard are going to go down here from Malekith and the armor-piercing crossbows and everything. But meanwhile, over on this side, though, we've been able to crumble this unit of Bleak Swords. Looks like a Pit of Shades going to be opening up from Morathi here. Or actually, sorry, not a Pit of Shades. Looks like a Blade Wind from Malekith. Yeah, the Hydra, you can see its leadership is very low. It still has quite a bit to regenerate, but we're going to be able to just kind of keep these Pistoliers here, keep its leadership low, and keep it occupied. Now we're coming in with Balthazar Gelt, going to be dropping that final transmutation. With the Witch Hunter, you can see him shooting into Malekith as well as these state troops advance all across the line here. A very nice Pit of Shades, though, from Morathi in the back line, just destroying this unit of handgunners here. A lot of these Great Swords also taking quite a bit of damage here, and the infantry for Black Irons taking a ton of damage. A beautiful Gaze of Malice there from Malekith, but the infantry from the Dark Elves is definitely suffering. You can see my cavalry have penetrated pretty deep into the lines here. We're going to just continuously use them to try and get as much terror in as possible with these Royal Altar Pryphites here. And yeah, you can see the Pistoliers pushing up, taking the flank here. And Grand Soulfire there, or sorry, just the regular Soulfire from the Warrior Priest, also going to be buffing up a lot of these units with that Shield of Faith, which does now have an area of effect. The Outriders pushing up on the side here, taking a lot of fire from those Reaper Bolt Throwers, but we're going to need to shut them down as quickly as possible. This unit of Blackguard of Nagaron is also a very juicy target. They don't have any passive mitigation stats. They just have their 100 armor, no physical resistance or anything like that, so they're going to be a very good target to shoot at with the Outriders here. Another Pit of Shades going down, this time from Black Iron, right on top of these crossbows and Bleak Swords. Some really nice damage being done. You can see the Great Swords are able to get a little bit of work done, and just the combined support here is able to crumble quite a few of these units. Unfortunately, the Royal Altar Pryphites are just about to rout off here. The War Hydra has taken a ton of damage, and another Pit of Shades from Morathi right on top of these Empire State troops. So just holes opening up in the war, back and forth on all over the battlefield. You can see another Chill Wind going across, trying to slow down these Great Swords, but unfortunately the Dark Riders came in the fourth quarter and kind of got into my Outriders a little bit here and did a lot of damage to them, but we do have the regrouped Reiksguard as well, going to be taking down some of these Dark Riders here and hopefully pushing through and getting on these Reaper Bolt Thrower crews. You can see this unit of Great Swords has punched through the line pretty effectively. They're going to be doing some really nice work against these Black Ark Corsairs here with the support of Boris himself, of course. The Cav on this flank is suffering pretty badly. You can see Zintler's Reiksguard and this unit of Empire Knights. Very few unit models left. They have been able to get some really nice damage done. 113 kills on the Zintler's Reiksguard and 52 on the Empire Knights. Pistoliers, again, just being very cost effective in keeping this Hydra isolated from the battlefield, continuously poking away. I've also got the two Witch Hunters relatively healthy and Balthazar Gelt himself. Despite how south the battle may seem, it is going pretty well in our favor. We've been able to wrap up a lot of the infantry here. Black Iron's forces have, and here in the center we're getting a nice pitched engagement that we can probably win with cavalry support. Unfortunately, the cavalry's not really there at the moment to help support that particular pocket, but we are disrupting the backline very effectively, taking that Reaper Bolt Thrower offline, and now just going to be charging down this unit of crossbows on both sides, and that cannon shot, oh man, just right down the line of the crossbows, getting some brutal action done here. Blackguard are just too slow. The thing about elite tier halberds, the nice thing about heavy cavalry is you can just run the other direction and they usually can't catch you, so that's exactly what we're going to do here, is just get these Reiksguard and kind of run away. Black Iron's helping out with this Warrior Priest here. He's going to take a lot of damage in this engagement. He's helping to tie down a lot of these forces here, and the Outriders are able to get in on this other Reaper Bolt Thrower crew here. A lot of the forces in the back line for the Dark Elves are still online, still firing away, but this War Hydra has pretty much gotten to its healing cap. These Pistoliers have just been working on it the entire battle, literally used up almost all of their ammunition. Another Pit of Shades in the back line going down on those Great Swords who are not being microed, but we did get a final transmutation now on both Malekith and Morathi, and this final transmutation combined with a cannon here should be enough to finish off Malekith. Let's see if he goes down here with the magic, and maybe the cannon can get a single shot on him. But really doing a ton of damage to both Malekith and Morathi here, and Malekith does go down from that final transmutation. So Morathi is now alone here on the battlefield. You can see that's pushed the balance of power very heavily in our favor. The loss of the Lord for the Dark Elves here. And yeah, unfortunately they are going to be losing this battle. It is going to be a victory for the men of the Empire on this day in the jungles of Lustria. Y'all can make up a fun lore reason in your head why Balthazar Gelt and Boris Todbringer would be fighting Malekith and Morathi here in Lustria. But yeah, Grey Wizard also throwing down that Melkos Mystifying Miasma, just trying to finish off some of these troops. It's mostly just this little pocket of infantry here that's holding out. You can see pretty much all the Dark Elf forces here have been wrapped up, and over here, so it's really just this pocket of infantry remaining, and the Witch Hunters are gonna side by side just start popping off shots into these Dark Elf infantry here. You can see they're shooting into those Blackguard, and their shots will do a lot of damage here. Each shot will take down, 2 to 3 unit models, depending on the angle that it hits. You can see several unit models and heads skittering across the ground there. And where's your murderous prowess now, buddy? So yeah, just continuously debuffing them with that accusation, and yeah, just trying to finish off their leadership at this point. And it does look like they're going to rout, so it will be victory for the Empire. Very well played to both of our opponents here and to my partner here, Black Iron. It was a really fun battle. In terms of the post breakdown, both Malekith and Morathi did a great job of using their spells to just get a ton of work done. You can see 159 kills with those Pit of Shades on Morathi. She did a great job of kind of dealing with a lot of Black Iron's infantry. But just in terms of their own infantry, I mean, a couple of units of Corsairs did okay, but the rest of the infantry really didn't pay off. This War Hydra as well was a huge loss. Same with these Cold One Knights. Both these units were shattered pretty much from the outset of the battle without getting too much value at all. So, I mean, if you add all these together, that's what, 3,400 points worth of value that really didn't get much done at the end. Pretty rough situation for Malekith here. His infantry fared a little bit better, although a few units of Corsairs really not trading cost effectively. Blackguard did okay, but they weren't able to drag down my Reiksguard kind of in the third quarter there, which both these units of Reiksguard that got into the back line there, the standard Reiksguard, did very well. Definitely took down a lot of the Dark Shards and the Reaper Bolt Thrower crews and so on. Outriders did their job kind of holding that flank and pushing up with that advance. The enemy Dark Riders with repeater crossbows didn't get too much work done. Let's see, these Cold One Knights did a little bit better. They actually got some work done, but both the Reaper Bolt Throwers, I mean, the kill totals are impressive, and 68 kills in Chevron here is not too bad. But at the end of the day, Black Iron's infantry was just able to push through very effectively. Boris himself racking up 77 kills, despite the fact that he's only on the horse. 67 kills on that Grey Wizard from his own Pit of Shades there, and 47 on that Warrior Priest, nothing to cough at. And yeah, Great Swords 79 here is very good. The other ones, they did their jobs, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of Great Swords at the end of the day, but the cannon, this Great Cannon was definitely an MVP in this matchup. Took down a lot of those Dark Riders and a lot of infantry and so on. And yeah, for me, the Reiksguard really shined here. The Empire Knights, also 52 kills, pretty decent. The Witch Hunters ended up with a lot of kills as well, 81 and 53, just because they're continuously kind of trolling around, popping off shots. 54 on Balthazar himself from those final transmutations and everything. So really nice work done. Well played to both of our opponents. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm keeping it coming with more Total War Warhammer 2 content every single day, so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.